Michaela here on the way to Tapachula, which is near the border of Guatemala. I hit the road around 5:45 this morning because there's a horse. I was supposed to leave yesterday, but one of my cats had other ideas and she bolted when I was loading up the car yesterday morning. So went through a pretty frustrating day. I have a tendency to be able to make shit happen even if there's delays or whatever, but this was totally out of my control. She was not to be found anywhere. She might have come back at 3 o'clock for her snack, but she, I think, just got spooked because she saw that I was packing. So didn't come back at 3. So I ended up staying another night in Puerto, same place I'd been staying, just a different room. And so grateful I was able to do that. Went and had another burger at my favorite place, 4 Burgers, and hung out at the beach. So it wasn't a horrible place to be stranded, I guess. I guess I'm not stranded. I just wasn't going to leave my cat. So, yeah, so that was very, 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 very frustrating. I'm glad to be on the road. She came back last night. And then, of course, I wasn't going to let her leave the room again. So we were able to load up and hit the road at daybreak because you don't want to drive at night here. And so, yeah, I've been on the road. What time is it? A little over, let's see, why is it not telling me? There we go. My car says it's one time, but that's not the right time. It's 10 o'clock here, so I've been on the road since 5:45, and got another 5 hours to go because we missed our stop yesterday. We've got to do almost a 9.5, 10-hour trip today. Not my favorite thing to do. The dogs are okay, it's just that the cats have to hold it for that whole time because they don't get to go out and use the restroom, of course. So yeah, been a winding road. I'm on the toll roads again, which for the first couple hours I was not. Most of those roads seemed pretty decent, but there were definitely some points where my 4-wheel drive came in handy. It's always a mixed bag, it seems, whether or not you're gonna need it or if it's gonna be smooth, beautiful roads. Once I leave Mexico, there won't be any more tolls as far as I'm aware. So just enjoying this opportunity to kind of cruise at 70 something and not have to stop for the damn topes, the big speed bumps that launch you into orbit if you're going too fast. Because most of the other roads that are not toll roads, every time you come near a small town or whatever, there's at least 2 topes, and I mean, you gotta slow down to a crawl to go over those. My rotors are still warped, which I didn't notice staying in Puerto in town because you never go fast enough to really have to brake very hard. So I'll have to get those fixed. Yesterday was not my day. When I went to start the car, the battery was dead, pretty much. Like, it keeps having this issue where it says it's low, and I think it's because I wasn't driving it much. But it would always start, and I would kind of charge it up that way and then charge it up with a drive. And yesterday morning it said low battery, and I assumed the same thing. Well, no dice. It wasn't wanting to turn on at all. So I opened the hood. There's this giant bar over the top of the battery that I've not seen on any other vehicles that, of course, requires a special nut to undo those bolts, in addition to just the pain of taking out a battery. But for some reason, my messing with it, I went and tried the engine again and it started. So the battery's okay. Of course, I brought my air compressor, but I left my little battery charger in my storage unit in Texas, and I don't know why I did that. I guess because I thought the car was newer, I wouldn't need it, but it's probably due a battery change anyway. So once I'm in Costa Rica, I plan to do the rotors and the battery, and probably by then we'll need an oil change. key fob was going dead, so I had to go get a battery for that. And then just spent the rest of the day napping and trying to not pull my hair out because I was definitely stuck. There was no way in hell I was going to be able to leave Cricket behind. And so grateful to be on the road today, and just stopped and got some more gas. We don't want to go below half a tank because there's so, it's so long between gas stations. You just want to be cautious. And I have another just under 5 hours before I get there, another 240 miles. So tomorrow is border cross day, and I will have to also go by the airport there and see if I can get the export permits for the animals. I have the vet certifications, and they've always had their rabies, their vaccinations, and the microchip, and the other things that you have to have. So this export certification, I probably won't need it until Costa Rica, but it should come in handy at Costa Rica. A lot of people have to get the export in Nicaragua, but I think what I'm understanding is that the Mexican export certification will be enough. So, and then we have 14 days to cross, so going through a pretty huge wind farm here, which is the first one I've seen in Mexico. Pretty cool. These things are so big. I've not seen them this close. Usually in the States, they're pretty far away from the freeway, so yeah, those are huge. So anyway, that's the update for now. Glad to be back on the road. Love the Mexican travel expectations. Yes, you wait for a passing lane sometimes, but other times people just move over and you get past them, and it's much more courteous most of the time in that way. Now, when you're in a town, not so much, because you got scooters zipping in and out all over the place, and people are going way slower and they don't move over or anything like that. But when you're traveling, then it seems that the people are aware, and they move over, except for this guy that's in front of me right here. But I got time. Let's get past him. Woohoo! Move, dude. Okay, so that's the update. I'm on the road, and so far, knock on wood, this morning things have gone smoothly. Hopefully yesterday was my big hiccup of the entire journey. That's what we're gonna make it be. Anyway, my daughter said that maybe it was protecting me from the situation I didn't need to go into, and I agree. Trying to trust the perfection of what is, and